how we do it.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Hey besties, welcome to another video. I got a quick story time for y'all today, and we're gonna pour this one right here. Let me look at my paper. Leaking up with a weirdo. I think that's what it is. I can't find it up here. Baby, I do that batch content, so I'm trying to figure it out. But y'all, I think I'm gonna call it linking up with a weirdo. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, comment, and share, and do all the things. Follow me on my LinkedIn tree. All you gotta do is click on that. I think it say LinkedIn. I don't know what it say, Barbie or whatever, but it's in the description. Click on it. Make sure y'all follow me on everything. I got the hair on me. No bundles. Make sure y'all shop with me. I got them wigs, baby. Them human wigs. Y'all make sure y'all shop with me. Definitely make sure y'all buy that book, Crown On, okay? Because we trying to get ourselves together. And y'all make sure y'all go to Diva Supply and shop with the doll, okay? Anyway, I love y'all for everything that y'all do. I want to give a quick channel update, y'all. Once we meet these milestones of making that 4,000 watch hours and also making that 1,000 subscribers, y'all, we're gonna have a week full of marathons, okay? And when I say a week, I'm talking about the whole week. I'm talking about Monday through Sunday, baby. I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna lace these videos out back to back. Don't play with me now. I'm ready to tell y'all a week full of story time. So let's get these watch hours out. If you watch this video, go out, watch another video, okay? So our current watch hours is right here. This is what we working with. This is what we twerking with. And this is our subscriber count. So thank y'all so much for getting me here. Thank y'all for liking, comment, share. Anytime you comment, like, it boosts it out. And make sure y'all hype me up, okay? If it come across your screen, press it, please. Let's get into it. So, baby, linking with the weirdo. Okay, so first of all, this date should have never happened, y'all. Okay, never. This link should have never happened. Okay, now I was around about 29, okay, when this happened. Okay, 29 years old, you know, just out here dating. Okay, this young man hit me up online. He was very attractive. Well, it's kind of weird to say he was attractive after I tell you, but he was. He had like pretty hair, a real pretty face. He had the goatee, you know what I'm saying? He had the goatee. Now I might went too high, but he had the goatee, but it was all baby hair, and it was just so cute, okay? But the one thing that I felt was strange about him is he kind of looked like my sister in the face, okay? And it was something about him. Like, I have a brown skin child. I say I have a caramel sister. I say I'm pecan tan. And then I have a dark skin chocolate sister. Okay? She is a queen. Okay? Now, my dark skin sister, this man looked like her. Like, in the face for whatever reason. I'm like, he fine, but there's something about him that just kind of, And I never put it two to two together. But then I'm like, hold up. This man kind of looked like my little sister. I'm like, you're real cute, pretty. Okay. Either way, we're inboxing or whatever. And y'all, during this time, whatever, when he asked me, there was a winter storm alert, okay? Alert. Winter storm coming across your screen. Alerts going off on the phones that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be bad, okay? So everybody, I'm working in the prison at this time. I'm a correctional case manager. Everybody's talking about, are you going to come to work? All the case managers, you going to come to work, baby? If it's storming out. And see, we had a job that you were supposed to come to work regardless of the fact, you know what I'm saying? Because people might not come to work. But my boss was like, if you can't make it, don't come, okay? So I was like, just depending on how bad the storm gonna be. And so it's snowing, y'all. I'm painting it. It's cold outside. It's snowing. I'm like, bird, you got 2 winter coats on. That's how cold it is outside. But the young man had asked me to go to Hook and Reel, and Hook and Reel had just been built. You know what Hook and Reel is? It's a seafood restaurant. It had just been built. It's probably been open for like 2 weeks at its time in Greenville, North Carolina. So I was like, okay, I've heard of it, but I really want to check it out. So let's see what's up with it. And so Alexa was just running her mouth, so I had to mute her. Either way, so he asked me about that, so I was like, yeah, I can slide through whatever. He was like, yeah, you can meet me, we can set up at the bar, we can toast up some drinks and maybe chill a little bit. And so I was like, okay, cool. And during this season, you know, sometimes I will link up with people, and then sometimes I might go to their house, sometimes they might come to my house. I was real friendly. I was real friendly, okay? So, nah, baby, I ain't coming to your house and you ain't coming to mine. We gonna do this date, and then whatever we do, we gonna do it here, and then, I might see you if I do, okay? Because, baby, you gonna have to earn that. All that strangers, all gonna people out. Too many people going on dates and they ain't coming home, baby. I ain't playing with these men folks. I'm taking people with me when I go on a date, baby. I'm going home. I got 2 kids, baby. Don't play with me, too. Either way, the young man at this time, Noah, was not thought about, only had 1 kid, and he was 11 or 12 or something like that. So, either way, back to, I know, went all off life for, we got to reel it back in. So, the young man had asked me, so by this time, I'm on my way home from work. I'm thinking like, man, do I really want to go out in a snowstorm to get this seafood? And then my belly said, yes, you do. Okay, so I was like, well, let me go ahead and put my little chinchilla on and let's go on about our business. So he's texting me or whatever, because the goal was I got off at 5 o'clock, but it took me an hour to get home. So I didn't get home to like 6:05, okay? I pull up, we were supposed to meet at 7 o'clock. So I go home, take a shower, get cute, okay? I got my chinchilla on with the matching boots, them long boots that go up your leg, okay? I'm cute, all white, not playing, okay? Got my Mary J glasses on, I'm not playing, I'm channeling Mary J. I got my blonde hair, crinkling it out, baby. You can't tell me I'm not that girl. I look like I'm going to a video set, okay? I'm looking like a video vista. Don't get confused about what I look like now, but I was cute, is all I'm trying to say. Cute. You can tell me, I was in the mirror like, he ain't ready. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. He think I'm cute in the picture, but wait, so I walk up, okay? So anyway, he was like, look, I'm already at the bar. It's like 6:30. I don't know what about me, but they don't be late. They be on time. So anyway, I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I'll be there in a few or whatever. So I pull up. I walk in. He was like, I'm at the park. So as soon as I walk in, I noticed that he had like real curly hair, like baby hair. It's curly all over his head. And I thought, oh, it's like a toddler. But anyway, he was tall. He was about 6'1". He was dark skinned. And when he turned around, he kind of scared me because he looked just like my sister in the face. I'm thinking, like, you really look like my sister? Like, you don't believe me. So I pull up my sister in my phone. He was like, wow, she really got my face. And I'm thinking like, yeah, this thing got weird quick. I'm like, oh my God, I can't sleep with my sister. Like, this was weird. I said, you don't mind me calling my mama, do you? So I called my mama, right? I said, mama, look, is this your son? And she said, well, put your face to the camera. He was like, I didn't know I would meet mama on the first day. She said, he sure do look like trees. And she said, where you found him from? I said, the internet. She told me, he was like, hey, sir, who your dad is? Who your dad is? I don't know nothing about you. They might take you from the hospital from me. And they laughed or whatever for a little bit. And then we hung up. Well, we hung up on her. Well, not hung up. You know what I'm saying? We said bye, whatever. And so she went out. She was like, girl, it's a snowstorm before she went. You need to go home. I said, Mom, I'm about to go home in a few. She was like, okay. Well, make sure you be steady and text me when you get there. And I said, yes, ma'am. And so, boom, we get off the phone. So, boom. Either way, we chatting up. He got a good vibe. We're laughing. There's nothing creepy about him. It just, I guess I was so comfortable with him because he looked like my sister. And me and my sister, we was bestie, still is a lot in. So I was very comfortable with him because he looked like my family for real. So either way, he was like, look, my house is right up the street or whatever. You want to come with me, chill for a couple of few? I was like, I don't think it's a good idea because, it was in a storage song. It was supposed to be something quick. We were supposed to meet up to see if we like each other. And I liked the dude, but it was just, to me, it was weird. You know what I'm saying? I can't be, I can't do that with you and you got my sister face, man. I ain't into that type of stuff. But we ain't doing that. Nah, I know people watch porn and y'all be in my sister's room and we done, baby, no, I couldn't. I friend zoned him before he got started, but he still was trying. And he was like, yeah, we can chill. I said, well, I can come to your house, but I only stay for like 30 minutes or whatever. Because he said he lived like literally, he showed me his GPS. He only stayed 10 minutes. So I said, I drove. He was like, no, you don't got to drive your car. I don't want you driving this weather. I was like, I got to drive home. And he was like, oh yeah, you right. So I drove to his house, and y'all, I should have went home because the snow was picking up, y'all. The snow was picking up. So when I first went out, the snow was flat on the ground. By the time we got to his house, the snow was like mid. If you look down at your leg right now, and halfway in the middle of your leg. Okay, now the snow was just coming down. I was like, oh my god. But from his house, I only stayed 15 minutes when I put in GPS. So I'm like, I can drive 15 minutes. I'm just gonna have to drive very, very, very slow. So I said snow, very, very slow. So the alarms are going off. You know how anytime there's an alert or something coming on your phone, basically a snowstorm, snow falling, you know, alert, alert, alert. Make sure you're in a safe environment. If you don't have to come out, don't come out. And I'm thinking like, I'm out like a fool. I need to go. So we get there, y'all. As soon as we get in there, it's a cute apartment, but it looks like a woman's apartment. I noticed that off the bat. Now, he said that he was in the Air Force or whatever, and so he don't live here. Okay, this is his apartment when he comes back from wherever his assignment was, okay? And he would get stationed different places, but this was his apartment, so he rents his apartment out to people while he's gone. This is what his storyline was. I don't know if it was true or whether it was a lie. I don't know. I didn't care. We was there, okay? Either way, we were there, but it looked like a woman. Like, this looked like some woman's apartment, and she designed it very well, okay? Okay, so we get in there. I'm thinking, okay, she got taste, whoever this woman is. But I knew for sure that this woman was white, okay? Because there was strings of white hair everywhere. Samantha, this was Samantha's house, okay? It was strings of white hair on the couch. It was strings. See, cause wig hair is different, okay? I know how, okay? And I said, Samantha's here, Samantha's there. Samantha is everywhere, okay? Hair is everywhere. So he was like, yeah, and he was like, actually, a girl named April rents the place out or whatever, and when I come back, I let her know I'm coming back, and then she come. I said, boy, you sound like you're lying. He was like, no, I ain't lying. He was like, this I agree, but I have a lease where she stayed during these months, and when I come back, she go. I said, so where did she go? He was like, she stays with her friends' houses. I was like, okay. So in my brain, he was my sister, twin, and he was a liar. I had noted that boy, please. If you thought I believed that, I didn't. And I had noted in my head, I'm not coming out here with him again. No, we're not doing that. But this young man had money. I could tell by the car. He had a Porsche or he was renting it, okay? But to rent a Porsche, your money got to be a certain level or you were a scam artist. I don't know what the situation is, but I knew for a fact he was in the Air Force because he had the uniform, he had the little stuff. He was proud. He showed me the paperwork and everything. He was proud to be. He was proud, okay? And I was like, okay. He was showing me all the little war pictures and stuff he had to post up on his wall and stuff like that. I said, okay. But I noticed that he was, when we came in or whatever, we walked back there to his room. But when we walked back to the room, I walked back there to the room with him, and I was like, well, when we walking back here, I'm not coming to your room with you. I'll sit in the living room with you, but I ain't coming to your room. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, oh, it's fine, it's straight. I said, nah, I'm not coming to your room. So I walked back to the front. But y'all, I went and sat on the couch. Y'all, why when I sat on this couch, this big cat, I'm talking about the biggest cat I ever seen, and if I can find a picture of it or a video of it, I'll put it up there so y'all can see. Big old cat. I'm talking about big cat, tall, okay, long limbs. Just walked out all of a sudden. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, imagine you sitting on the living room cat and this humongous cat. I ain't talking about fat. I'm talking about tall. Kind of look gay line, but it won't line. And I'm like, what the freak? And it walked across the living room and look at you like, bitch, who the fuck is you? The cat thugged me. So I was like, oh my God. I said, hey, this your cat. And the cat was looking at me like, I said, hey, this your cat, right? He was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about her and stuff like that. He was like, look, you did not see her. I said, what you mean? He was like, this is a such and such cat, and I'm gonna look it up and see, can I find out what the cat is or whatever. But you're supposed to have a license. He brought the cat from Egypt, and you were supposed to have a license to have the cat. I said, so this cat can eat me? He said, yeah, but it's not gonna eat you. I said, it's not gonna eat me. He was like, yeah, I feed it chicken. Like, I have to get chicken from the stuff, and I have to cut it so it eat meat that bleed. Okay, so you look like my sister, strike one. Mm-hmm. You done asked me to go back here into this bedroom, strike two. You lying. I know you lying about Samantha or April, excuse me. I call her Samantha, you call her April. I know you lying, that's probably your girlfriend. Strike 3. Strike 4, you got a cat that can eat me, walking in here looking at me like, bitch, who are you? Yeah, I was ready to go. So I was like, okay, anytime I'm in a situation, I do a hula hoop call, or I'll send a text like, get me out of this day, to my friends or my sister. I always told my sister, my older sister, if you get a text message that has a dot or a heart or something like that, call me with an emergency, okay? All right? So I'm sending these dots to my sister, my older sister. I done sent 1 dot, no phone call. I sent another dot, no phone call. So this was not working. I'm thinking like, is she in the snowstorm? Because the last time I talked to her regularly, she was sitting on her couch drinking hot chocolate. Why is she not? Who the horn? This is a SOS like call, like help me. Like, but baby, she wasn't trying to help me. I don't know what she was doing. All I can tell you, she was not responding to my SO dot. I said the dot, I sent a heart, I was sending everything. Nothing was working, okay? Nothing, okay? I was not getting no call back. So I'm thinking like, what in the world? So then my phone just started ringing. I'm automatic. I don't even look at the call out. I'm assuming this is my sister. She coming up. I said hello. Half of a ring. He's like, yeah. What's going on? Now he's still in his bedroom. I'm on the couch. The cat is on the floor looking at me, but it ain't on the floor because this cat stood like if it was sitting down, it stood as high as this. Okay, and I'm sitting in a chair. It was like up this tall. So from the floor is all the way down there, y'all. It stood that tall. That the cat, yeah. The cat was looking at me and I was looking at it. And so then he came. I'm back and I said, what you was doing in there? He was like, nothing, I was just setting up the bed. I said, setting up the bed for what? He said, just in case you have to stay because of the storm. And I said, nah, I'm gonna ride home. I don't live that far from you. I live only 15 minutes from you. He told me, so okay. He was like, but I still set up just in case. So I was like, it's giving kidnap at this point. So y'all, I'm ready to go. Cause I'm like, what in the world? So I'm looking at my clock or whatever was up. But anyway, my phone ring, I answered the phone. And so he walked back out the living room. I answered the phone. So it ain't my sister on the phone, it's my coworker. She was like, hey, yo, you going to work tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, did you go on that date that you was telling me about? I said, yeah. She was like, well, how's it going? I said, I don't even know for real. She was like, you need help to get out of it? I'm like, yeah. She was like, okay, I'm about to start talking loud. Just put me on the speakerphone. So I was in my mind like, listen, I appreciate my coworker. I didn't have to tell her. It was just automatic. She knew girl code. So I put on the speaker. I ain't talked to her. I couldn't because the man was earshot away. Put on speakerphone. She was like, look, I'm at your house. You need to come here because I think your back porch is on fire. I said, my back porch on fire? She was like, yeah, don't you live at such and such? He was like, don't you live over here by Rodell? And I was like, who the heck is Rodell? I was like, yeah, I live right beside Rodell. He was like, yeah, Rodell has been trying to call you. He was like, call you. And he been trying to call you and ask me, did I know you? But your house on fire. And so next thing I heard was the sirens in the background. And I'm thinking like, bitch, is this true? Because she done been to my house before. So I'm like, I'm getting scared. She was like, and I'm hearing the sirens and stuff going on. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be right there. I'm going to be right there, y'all. I'm going to be right there. She was talking about something. Look, they done put the fire out, but they need to talk to you. So I told them you were going to be back. How far are you? I was like, I'm about 15 minutes and stuff like that. She was like, okay, you need to get here. You need to get here. And so then she was like, I was like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Tell them I'm on the way. And so then she clicked up. And then she texted me, I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes if you don't call me. She said, send me your location. So I texted her where I was at. And she was like, if you don't call me back in 5 minutes, I'm going to come where you at. Because I'm like, yeah. And so he was like, well, that sound like that's real bad. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, but okay. He was like, but look, come here right quick. And so he walked to the back. He was like, I want to show you something cool about my room before you go. And he said, I was hoping that I could get you there because we were talking about how we like to watch stars and everything. So he was like, but you got to lay on the bed first. I said, lay on the bed. He was like, no, chill out. It ain't nothing weird. But I'm sitting here thinking like, what? And so the cat disappeared, y'all. Because this was a big apartment. Like, it really was a big apartment. And it had like, it looked like it had like 6 rooms in it. Like this was it was nice, y'all. It was a real nice apartment, but it looked like it had 6 rooms and like 3 bathrooms. And we walking down this hallway, and he was like, "Come on!" But his room was a 3rd room down, so it wasn't that far. His room wasn't that far, but it kept going. So he was like, "I want to show you something real quick. I want to show you something." But to me, the whole situation was weird. The cat disappeared, like it dipped. I don't know where it went. It dipped. And so when the cat dipped, y'all, I'm like, what in the world? And so he was like, well, they got the fire out or whatever, so you should be good. You could stay for another 10 minutes. Can you? I said, yeah, I think I could stay for about 9 minutes. Then I really got to go because I don't want to keep these people waiting. He was like, okay. And so then we get in the room, right? And y'all, I should never went back there to the room. But I went. Oh, Alexa going off. Alexa, off. I heard some talking. I was like, Lord, surely my mind ain't cracked. Yeah, come on now. My mind ain't cracked. Yeah. Anyway, so the young man was like, just come back there and let me show you whatever. Let me show you the room. So I come back there. And he was like, just lay down or whatever. So I didn't lay down, y'all. I sat on the edge of the bed. So he turned off the lights, right? And when he turned off the light, y'all, he shut the door. Now, mind y'all, when I walked in the house, I had my police mace on me, okay? Now, the mace that we got, we used to call police mace at the prison, but I had it like tucked in my shirt. I had on this real cute little outfit or whatever, but it was a long sleeve shirt and I had it tucked. You know, just like, you know, you got the big boy your pocketbooks or whatever. Had it tucked in my pocketbook or whatever. So I'm thinking like, and it didn't have no clip or nothing on it. It was, all I had to do was pull it out and spray. So I already know like, yep, I'm gonna have to fight. Like I thought I left work and I wanted prison, but I'm gonna have to fight up in this room. I already see this, because why would you invite me in your room? First of all, my intuition said don't go in that room. So then I go in the room, and then as soon as I go in the room, he shut the door behind me. Why are we shutting the door if you're trying to show me something? What is you trying to show me? Because baby, I know what a dick look like. Baby, let's not do this. And so he was like, nah, just chill, just relax. And then he clicked this button on the side of his bed, and his whole, like the top of his ceiling turned into like a galaxy, and it just turned into pictures like galaxies move. It was beautiful, y'all. It's like a light show, but it was in his room on his ceiling. And I'm like, oh my God. Like it really took me to the point I laid down. I just laid back, and I'm like, oh my God, like really laying back looking at the show, and it lasted for a long time, and it was different. Cause I was like, oh, I really like this. It was just like watching fireworks, y'all. But like a fool, I was just like, I done got relaxed and everything, because it was so pretty. I'm like, how do you get your ceiling to do that and stuff like that? And he was telling me I got it off Amazon and stuff. Somebody showed me about it. I said, oh, this how you get the girls to come lay down in your room? He was like, no. He was like, I just know that you was telling me that you like stars and stuff like that. And I was telling him I like going outside and looking at the stars and stuff. We had talked about it. And so he was like, I wanted to show you this. I said, so you brought this so I can come back and lay down? He was like, nah. But then, y'all, when I'm laying there, he takes my face and turn it and try to kiss me. I said, nah, we ain't finna do that. And I get up, and he was like, why? I said, because I took my face back. You look like my sister. He was like, well, imagine I'm somebody else. I said, I'm not gonna imagine I'm not somebody else. Bro, what you doing? He told me something, because I think you fine. I think you fine too, until I got there and you look just like my sister. And so we did this for about 3 minutes. Like literally. And I finally said, okay, my face is tired. Hey, it's time for me to go. And so then I want y'all to know the boots that I had on were long, so I had took them off and put them in the living room. So my boots was in the living room, so I couldn't just walk out there because it's icy, it's cold. I could if I had to, but what ended up happening or whatever, I said, nah, I'm about to go put my boots on. I'm finna get on out of here because you acting weird now. He was like, nah, I ain't acting weird. I said, look, I'm about to go. And so he was like, all right, I see you want to go. I was like, yeah, I do. We can do this another time, but I really need to go. I got to go and talk to them about what's the name. He was like, how I don't know you lying? I said, why would I be lying about my house on fire? Like, I got to go. I got to figure out what's going on. He was like, well, if something happened and you need somewhere to go, you can always come back here. I said, okay. So I go back in the living room, y'all. I sit down on the couch, and then here go this cat. Now, I looked around because I was scared to come out the room because I'm scared of him. Because I'm like, yeah, this I gotta keep my eye on this man because he gonna try something. And I know he was trying to test the water out with my little head thing, trying to see what it is. But baby, I was snatching my neck just as hard as he was snatching. I was snatching the back, and then I finally, when I got off the bed, I hit him in the mouth. I said, all right, I had enough now, and I got up. And he was like, "Dad, you ain't have to hit me like that." I hit him as hard as I could so he could understand, baby, this gonna be a fight. If you think that this gonna be this here gonna be a fight, baby. So I hit him and he was holding his nose and stuff like that. I said, well, I'm about to go put my boots on. I'm about to go. He was like, you want me to walk you out there? So he opened up his closet and he was getting his boots and stuff. And he had like snow boots or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to walk you outside or whatever. I said, I'm going to go sit in front. Then all of a sudden, y'all, I sit down and this cat was laying on the floor. And it rose up like a demon from hell. Like it was just... looking at me like this. I'm like, no, both of y'all but weird. Both of y'all but little, it's time to go, man. I had them boots where you had to strap up a little bit and then you had to zip it on the side. I was strapping them things up fast. I like, I got to get out of here. Strapping this side up right fast. I got to zip. I got to get out of here. So my phone ring again. And my friend called me. I'm still trying to strap up my boot because you got to tighten. Because if not, when you walk with these boots, you're going to fall. You got to strap it up. Okay, so I'm really thinking like at this point, I just need to leave. You fuck you and these boots and your cat too. And so y'all, I'm still sitting on the couch getting myself together, right? And the cat then came and sat beside me. I'm like, oh yeah. So because I won't do, you know, sit. Cause your cat finna get me now. I'm thinking like, man, I'm gonna sure hate it, but I'm gonna have to mix the fuck out this cat. Cause baby, I'm going home. Okay, my baby at home waiting for me. I'm finna leave. So the cat just sit there and look at me. Then all of a sudden it said meow like a real cat, and it laid its body across my lap. And I'm like, what in the world? And it just laid across my lap, and it went all the way to the other side of the couch. That's how big it was. And then the cat, y'all, I'm not lying. The cat took my hand, okay, and put my hand on the top of his head. I'm like, so I'm sitting there and the cat lift my hand up with his tail and move my hand. Cause I'm like, what is happening? And put my hand up. He was like, oh, so he appeared. Both of them just kept appearing. Oh, he wants you to rub his head. He do that to everybody. He sat beside me. He was like, I hope I didn't scare you, nothing like that. He's like, I really do like you, whatever. But he said, you can't believe, bang, if a man feeds you and stuff, they really expect to have sex nowadays. And I'm like, sir, do you need your money back? Because if you think I was gonna fuck because you paid $25.22, baby, I am not. And I got it in the car. Walk me to when I get to you. He was like, no. He was like, that's how people get down now. Like literally, you take them out, you take them to my room. We sit there and talk for a little bit, and women just usually pounce on me. I said, but I'm not that girl. I don't even know you. Okay, I really don't. I know your face because you look like my sister, but I don't know you like that to do that. So I don't feel comfortable. He was like, all right. So I'm rubbing the cat because I clearly ain't got no choice. I'm sitting there rubbing the cat and stuff like that. And so he moved the cat and go put the cat in the room because the cat really, really liked me. Rubbing himself all up against my leg. When he took me off of him, he said, I'm gonna go put him up. So when he go put the cat, I don't trust him or the cat, y'all. I lace up my boots right quick and I take off running because I just don't trust them. I really think that he's weird at this point and the cat weird at this point, and I don't know who's gonna come out of the room. I don't even know what's going on, but I noticed when he locked the door 3 times. Like it was 3 little latch, and the door was locked. Okay, why did you need that many locks, sir? I don't know what you did, but as soon as I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish lacing on my boots. Y'all are already finished. As soon as he went back there and he had to walk back there because the cat came from the room way in the back, so he had to walk off for a while. Man, I took off to that door, lock, like click, unlocked the door, came, slid that door, and slid across the parking lot. Y'all, I'm talking about literally out there, boom, falling, getting up and running, boom, falling, getting up and running, boom, falling, getting up and running. I know somebody looked out that parking lot like that girl gonna kill herself, but I was gone, y'all. I was gone. Finally get in my car, and I had a truck then. I was driving a Ford truck. I had a green truck, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing. It's Ford Explorer, baby. I boom, got in the car, turned it on, car, got that boy running. That heat was going. I said, took off running, boom, boom, boom. And this And the parking lot had a lot of cars in it. And so y'all got to think, I done took off running, but the parking lot got ice. So I'm just sliding. Sliding. My truck just doing this. But I'm getting out of the parking lot. I'm sliding across there. Finally get to the road. He running out behind the truck. Like, hey, you left your coat. And I'm like, dang, left my chinchilla. I just got this last week. I said, it's cool. You can keep it. Give it to Samantha. I'm in April. Okay? And I take off or whatever. And I get down the road. I finally get to the house. My friend called me again. She was like, you hung up on me last time. I was like, man, I was trying to get out of there. And I tell her about the whole day. She was like, yeah, he sound like a rapist. I'm glad you left. So either way, he called me back, was like, why you leave like that? Won't nobody gonna really do nothing to you or whatever. You already told me you ain't want to do it. I ain't on no types of time like that. I said everything about your house, Gabe. I came in there. Why you got so many locks on your door, sir? Why you got a cat that you ain't supposed to have? Like, why you shut the door after? Like, everything about you was creepy, sir. Like, no, I had to go. And so he was like, I really like you and I want to see you again. I said, yeah, okay, I'll think about it. And so I hung up the phone or whatever. And so like 2 weeks later, so I called my sister before this. Let's just get on my sister and call her. I called her like 5 times. I'm like, hey, yo, why you ain't answer the phone? And then I'm telling her everything that happened. She was like, my bad, I had company. I said, well, now, wouldn't you feel sad if you ain't never see me again? She was like, the next time that you text, call, whatever you do, I promise you I'm gonna answer the phone. And she always have. I don't care if she at work and she ain't supposed to be on the phone. She will step out off. You need me? What's going on? Because you know you'll do something. So either way, my sister had company. If you get the drift, she couldn't answer the phone. Okay. Anyway, so either way, after that, 2 weeks went by, and like I said, this man had money or whatever. So what he would do is he would send me money for like lunch. He would just cash at me regularly, like lunch on me, I'm sorry about what happened, or this, like that. Like randomly, I just get a cash app. You know what I'm saying? He was sending stuff like $100 or $150 here and there. He did this for probably about 3 months, and then he texted me one day and was like, well, I'm going to such and such game in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have like, I forget what it's called, but they have it every year, All-Star Weekend or something like that. And he invited me to that, and he thought that was gonna really get me. Baby, no. Baby, why would I go to All-Star Weekend with you? If I went to All-Star Weekend, that's ballers there. That's where the ballers at. I'm coming single by myself, looking good, smelling good. Baby, I can't come with no date. Baby, please. But anyway, he really thought they were going to get me. He was like, look, I will shoot you some bread so you can get an outfit, get your makeup done, get you a new shoe. He was like, you can bring your friends if you want to and everything. And I'm like, nah, I'm already doing something that weekend. And so he tried other times, but it just worked. He tried me for about 8 months, just randomly texting me, randomly sending me money. And I'm thinking like, sir, you scared me, but I will take everything you send. And I was like, I texted him one day, like, why you keep sending me money? He was like, because I really feel like I need to make up for what happened. He was like, I never meant to scare you or whatever, and I don't want my name out there in history like that. I was like, no, your name ain't gonna go out there in history. But now everybody know about you. You a star. And the only people gonna know about it is the family members and the people that click play on this video. But anyway, that is the end of the story time. I hope y'all enjoy. I link with a weirdo. Hey ladies, y'all please be careful. If it don't sound right, don't go. If it sounds too good, don't go. You know, if you get any kind of tingling in your foot, sole, your left eyelash, don't go. Like, follow your intuition. People is getting kidnapped all the time. People ain't just kidnapping you to rape you now. They actually kidnapping people to take their organs out and sell them on the black market. So baby, if you feel, or then some people have like weird obsessions with like killing people. Like, it's really people out there that really got weird obsession. Well, I wonder how her blood was splat on this left wall beside me. It's really people out there. So you got to be careful, y'all. Y'all got to be careful. If anything tingle when this man asks you to go on a date, or you don't say, I'm just nervous. Nah, that's your intuition telling you, girl, stay home. Okay. Anyway, I was lucky enough to make it home that night, and you know, pray the Lord, pray the Lord, pray the Lord. Anyway, if you made it this far, I want y'all to drop We're gonna drop a cat emoji. Drop a cat emoji in the chat if you making this. Drop a cat emoji. Thank you for clicking play yet again. Make sure you like, comment, share, all those things. And I will see y'all guys on the next video. Make sure y'all follow me on all my socials and make sure y'all shop with me, okay? Hit me up in my descriptions. Anyway, I love y'all. Bye. See y'all on the next video. And make sure y'all buy the book, Crown On, baby. We elevating in life. I want y'all us to do it all together. Anyway, I'm out. Bye. See y'all on the next video. Thanks for clicking play. Love you. Bye.